What's up, gorgeous? Welcome back to my channel. Unless you are new here, then feel free to say hi in the comments below, and I hope that you enjoy your stay. And if you do, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel if you wish, and if you do end up subscribing, I thank you in advance. If you are not new, as always, welcome back. So we have a pick a card out today, which I haven't done in quite a while, and my guides actually wanted me to do something a little bit different. I was gonna go one way, they're like, nope, turn that ass around and we're gonna go this way. So we're gonna have a look at what your hidden abilities and gifts might possibly be. We're also gonna look at some advice as well within the cards, depending on what comes out. Now, keep in mind, I don't ever look at the cards prior to selecting them. I intuitively am guided by my guides to pick whatever cards they want to direct me and point in my direction. So I have no idea what each pile holds. So we always find out together. If you are new to this channel, that's what I do. If you're not new, you'll already know how I do my pick a card. So either way, we have 3 piles today. I wanted to keep it simple. And here's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go with either there's a specific number that comes to mind, there's a specific crystal that you're drawn to, which I'll show you in a second, or there might be a specific tarot card deck that draws you in. Always go with your intuition, okay? So pile 1 is actually the Grape Agate crystal because it looks like little tiny grapes. It's really cute. It's actually a very powerful crystal. Pile 2 is the beautiful Labradorite. And pile 3 is Pyrite. This is in a different form, but I'll show you as well. That's also Pyrite right there. You probably have seen it more in that way. Fool's gold. So Pyrite is very good for manifestation, by the way. All right, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Go with whatever you see in your mind and trust your gut, listen to your intuition. Close your eyes, imagine the 3 piles and see which one comes closest to you or sticks out the most. And then go with that. And again, we're gonna have a look at your hidden abilities and potential gifts that my guides want you to know about. Take your time, pause the video if you need to, and I will be right back. Pile 1, welcome back to your reading. So if you chose pile 1, then you chose the Grape Agate, or the little tiny little grapes. There's actually ones that are much bigger. The grapes look much bigger anyway, and they're just adorable. They just look like little tiny little grapes. It's very cute. All right, so as you already know, I have no idea what's gonna come out in this, and I hope that they all make sense because, again, I don't pick, so we'll see. All right, Spirit, pile 1. What are pile 1's gifts and abilities? Oh, okay. How am I going to put this out here? Let's start here. We'll have to move it if we need to. Wow, okay. Nice. Yeah, it's pile 1, I feel they always end up making sense. Regardless of the fact that I don't pick them, they always end up making sense. So this is making me laugh right now. Pile 1, I feel like you're very possibly carefree. Yeah, you are. I feel like you're somebody that is all about potential. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay. You are a very, very kind soul, pile 1. All right, so we have the 6 of Pentacles, or generosity. We have the Hangman, or perspective. We have the Fool, or new beginnings. Potential, a new earth, sisterhood of the rose, making a choice, release, and gratitude. Interesting that there's generosity and gratitude there. And you have 2 6s here. Again, I can't make this up. These are not picked or pre-selected. They're pre-selected, but they're not, specifically chosen. I close my eyes, I go to town, and I don't look at them until we read. So this is, it blows my mind that they all come out and make sense every time. So I love this. You have a beautiful, beautiful energy about you. I think what's standing out the most for me is that I think you're somebody that, okay, they're coming through with a bunch of stuff right now. I think you're somebody that can be a little bit naive in that, yes, it's a good trait to have that you take risks and take chances on things all the time. But sometimes you have to listen to your intuition a little bit more when something is telling you not to do something. Don't just run into it like, I'm here, I'm ready to go. There are certain things sometimes where you need to just take a little bit of a step back and not be so naive in thinking that you can just jump into all these different things. However, on the flip side, the positive to this is that you are unafraid of trying new things. You're unafraid of taking a leap into the unknown a lot of times. I also feel like you are somebody that can see the potential in everything. You probably are somebody that can stay very positive in situations, always see the best in people. I think that you are definitely somebody like that. You also could possibly want to heal and help people. That's a big one that's coming through. Somebody that, again, if you see the best in somebody, you're always going to want to bring out that best in that person or people. You have very, very good manners as well. Wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, you definitely are a healer, 100%. You are a healer of some kind. Now that could be in many different ways. You can heal the way that I do. You can heal in the way of maybe plant healing, something having to do with nature. You can maybe do Reiki energy. There are so many different ways of healing, but you are definitely a healer. And you could be a counselor, offering guidance of some kind, some sort of therapy. A teacher, definitely a teacher. Yeah, you like to bring out the best in people. And I could see somebody being a teacher that's trying to bring out the best in a student with some of these traits that I'm seeing on this table. And I just think that you're overall very positive, just very positive. So let me go ahead and see what else they want to bring through. I'm going to read the potential card. So let's start there. When I see that card, it makes me think like you're very unafraid of taking a leap of faith forward, and you see the potential in everything. You see the potential in people, you see the potential in situations, you see the potential in life changes for yourself. There's so many different things because you have such a beautiful soul. All right, let's see. Potential. Okay. This card appears when you're ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is the time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Something that came through with this card for me in that last few sentences is that I feel like some of you might be the type of person that will put on a smiley face and walk around with a smile and keep your head held high, which is a beautiful trait to have, but it also sometimes, again, like that card said, you could be somebody that is trying to suppress some inner demons and some darker emotions and sadness at times, and you put on this happy energy and this smile on your face, and instead of dealing with it, and my guides are saying you need to deal with it. Okay, a new earth. This is, again, about seeing the potential as well. All right, which deck is that? That is, okay. I'm actually not sure which deck that is. Let's see. They both look, okay, it's not that deck, it's this one. All right, this is my Starseed Oracle. They're both the same artwork. They're two different decks, so I just wasn't sure. All right, a new earth. Don't give up now. You are closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are possibly losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift. What did I just say? You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Listen, my guides are speaking loud and clear here. Loud and clear. And they always validate what I've said to you in the cards after the fact. Like, clear as day. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. This is beautiful for visualization. When you're trying to manifest, you are able to manifest things through the use of visualization and imagination. So please, if there's anything that you feel directed towards doing when it comes to manifesting, whether it's tools, techniques, whatever, for you specifically, manifestation will work the best through visualization. Visualizing that end result, visualizing the, living in the end, basically, and putting yourself there to bring the manifestation forward even faster. Tend to the new seeds, dream them into existence. Yes. When you imagine that, your imagination was given to you for this very reason, okay? It is meant for you to have, so that way you can create a world of dreams that you have, a world of possibility. You create your reality with every thought, every belief, every feeling, everything that goes through your mindset, okay? And in your energetic body, you create your reality, and you have been doing that since birth and before birth, if you believe in that stuff, and I do. I'm telling you, you are somebody that can manifest beautiful things just by imagining it. So you might be somebody that if I said to you right now, if you close your eyes and picture a red apple, you can see it clear as day with no problem. Many people can't visualize like that, if you can believe it. I didn't know that until recently, but many people are not able to do that. You are somebody that can. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to keep the faith. You chose to be here, to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation, or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It is happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged, though, to remember that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Do not question yourself now. Do not waver. Dig your devotion deep, for if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It is possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You are closer than you think. Okay. That's exactly what I felt. This is beautiful. All right, let's see. Sisterhood of the Rose. Sisterhood of the Rose. If I can find it. Of course, this book is not in... Why is it not in alphabetical order? Why? Sisterhood of the Rose. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. There it is. Okay. Yep, here comes your info about being a healer. The Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages, it is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way, too. This could be through your own creations, or in the little things like how you dress to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more, and the shift in vibration can be felt. Pile 1, I love your energy. It is so beautiful. It is, instantly when all these cards came out, I just felt it, but it really is coming through. You are somebody with a very giving heart, somebody who is very generous and loving and just wants to see the very best in your surroundings. And I just feel like you always look on the bright side, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful trait to have. Okay, number 30, making a choice. Making a choice. The enchanted map. Okay. You're faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road and must make a conscious choice regarding the right next action. Whatever that choice is, you must take responsibility for it, yet you needn't be afraid. You may not have all the answers right now because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked and traveled a few more steps. Trust your intuition. Ask for a sign from spirit and you'll be led to the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. Beautiful. All right, let's see what else here. We have release, number 27, release. All right. The companion stone for this is smoky quartz, by the way. Okay. Let it go. It is time to release anything that does not serve you. Old habits do not engage you anymore, as the payoff is not enough. You are ready to make room for bigger, brighter, more aligned things. There is a payoff if we decide to finally release something we no longer need. The payoff is as individual as you are, but there will be a universal feeling of making space for something new. The secret to effectively releasing what no longer serves you is, in fact, knowing that the payoff will indeed be worth it, which makes it super important to know what that positive payoff may be. This reminds me again of how you're able to envision the end result. Use that ability to your advantage here. For example, giving up a habit such as smoking, which we know is detrimental to your body in that it is cancer-causing, among many other nasty things, has payoffs. What the most important payoff is for you may be different for someone else who is giving up the habit, but it needs to be clear to your mind, body, and spirit. You might give up so that your body feels healthier generally, or so that your children and those around you aren't exposed to the smoke and chemicals, that you live longer, or that all the money you're wasting on cigarettes could be used for something that is more in line with what you really want, such as travel or a home, all of which are real payoffs for which it is worth releasing that habit. In magic, in particular in spellcraft, the art of release after raising power is vital to its effectiveness. I'm going to interrupt this card for a second and also remind you that the detaching of your manifestation is as well just as important. When we remain attached to the outcome rather than knowing that the outcome will happen and releasing it, like this card says, trusting in the outcome that is going to occur that we have envisioned, that will make the outcome show up faster and in general at all. Sometimes when people are too afraid to release the attachment to the situation, they halt their manifestation from coming to pass. Should we raise power without sending it out to the universe or deities in a focused way, it remains stagnant or stuck. Yep. This can cause us to feel overwhelmed. Okay, great. So that was just a reminder for you for your manifestations. Last but not least, gratitude, the bluebell fairy. Okay, gratitude. Number 6, also going in line with number 6, generosity. All right, number 6. Gratitude is the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's so very simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment, which you do. I said, you can see the best in anything, or you will actively try and find a way to see the best in everything. You have a way of being able to see different angles and perspectives in situations and in people. And you also have a way of putting yourself in the other person's shoes a lot of the time. So that way you can, gain a better perspective from their point of view. So this all makes sense to me. No matter what is happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. So discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch the miracles unfold. The universe is grateful for you. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you, and miracles will abound. In addition to gratitude, bluebells are thought to symbolize humility. As you step into the soft, gentle energy of humbleness, you'll find that your gratitude for even the smallest things in life expands. Bluebells open the door to magic. Legends describe ringing the bluebell like you would a bell in order to bring fairies to you. In the spring, bluebells grow throughout the woodlands in a lush carpet, and you can feel the magic simply by being near. The spirit of the bluebell fairy says, the more gratitude that you have, the more bounty will fill your life. I feel like you live by that statement. Some of you absolutely do. I just feel this. Cherish the preciousness of all things, and joy will fill your life. The universe is so very thankful for you. Okay, pile one, that is all that I have, but you are such a beautiful energy. You are such a beautiful soul. I hope that these gifts resonated with you. If they did not, maybe you're just not aware of them. Or if you truly listen to your intuition and you feel like this was not your pile, you are always welcome to pick another pile. Maybe there was another pile that got your attention through whatever crystal it was or whatever number it was, whatever it might be. You are more than welcome to pick one pile. There might be 2 messages in both piles for you. See whatever you feel. Either way, thank you as always. Be well, stay safe, and take care. Bye. Well, hello there, pile 2. Welcome back to your reading. If you chose pile 2, then you chose the Wizard's Tarot and also the Labradorite, which is always super magical and beautiful. Okay. Oh, what just fell? That just fell. Okay. All right. As you know, I don't pick the cards beforehand, but somehow they always end up managing to work out. I have yet, and I know one day I'm going to jinx myself, but I have yet to do a pick a card where the cards didn't make sense. So we're going to try and keep this streak. Hopefully they do. We'll see what comes out. All right, pile 2, please, Spirit. What are pile 2's hidden gifts and abilities? Ooh, okay. Wow. All right, pile 2. You might be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. Just a heads up. You don't have to be, but you might be. Interesting. Okay, let's see more. Yeah, yeah. I feel like you're a fire sign. I really do. Wow. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of a chaotic energy here from you. Yeah, wow. Okay. All right, so we have the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, taking risks, lost lands, pillar of light, one ring circus, self-reflection, and passage, or standing stones. Okay, so right off the bat, like I said, I feel a very fiery energy here, which is amazing. I mean, we have a red head over here. There's a red dress here. There's red rocks here. There's Monument Valley over here, which is all red. There's a red cliff. I'm feeling a lot of passion and fire and very type A sort of personality, possibly. But really any Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius will be. Also, you can have an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius rising sign as well. It doesn't have to be your sun sign. So the rising or ascendant is just as important. So okay. I feel like for some of you, you might constantly be going to battle. And what I mean by that is on a good note, one of your gifts is that you are not afraid to fight for what you want. You're not afraid to fight for people that you love as well. Like, you will be the first person that a friend will call if they need help. You'll also be the first person that a friend will call if they need you to help, help them enter into a fight in some way. I feel like you are not afraid of that. But at the same time, I think that you can be very spontaneous. You can bring a lot of adventure into your own life and others. But I also feel like, oh, okay. And I don't know why. For some reason, my guides just said the gift of the gab. I don't know where that came from. But I repeat what they say, so I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe you do. Maybe you were somebody in class that wouldn't shut up. I don't know. Maybe you were somebody that was the class clown. There is just something about you that's very fiery and passionate and They're saying very in your face, very bold, which can bring on, again, a sense of chaotic energy. So you just have to be careful with that. There's good and bad to gifts and abilities. You just have to learn how to tame them. So I do also feel that because you are, I feel like you take on a lot of other people's burdens. And I also feel like because you think that you can do it all, which maybe you can, you sometimes will feel very overwhelmed and very, again, you can be an empath where if you're taking on other people's burdens, you could be taking on their energies as well. It's very common. That's usually what happens. I also feel, though, that I think one of your gifts that is coming through is that you're a leader in some way. You are absolutely a leader. You kind of lead the pack. You are the person that you can have very good leadership abilities when it comes to work, career, things like that. But you also lead the pack with friends and acquaintances as well. You're the person that will be the one that either organizes the get together, or you'll be the one that when you show up late sometimes, by the way, I'm getting that from some of you. You're the one that when you walk in, everybody turns around and it's like, hey, it's so-and-so, right? Like, Norm, cheers. That's you, only not Norm. But there's something very, very, there's a lot of leadership qualities here. You are like the ringleader in a lot of ways, both good and bad. So I feel like you have the ability to get a group of people together and really have them listen to you. I feel like I could see some of you standing in front of a podium. I could see some of you on stage. Maybe you do things in your work or career that involve things like that. I do think that you can be a CEO as well, which could also potentially lead to the overwhelming feeling of a lot of responsibility and a lot of weight on your shoulders. But yeah, this is what they're bringing through here. I think you have an interesting way of relating to people. I think one of your gifts is you can somehow tap into the abilities of other people, and you know how to work with each of them. For example, when I used to do network marketing, okay, and even just without network marketing, there's something called like the color personalities. And I feel like you are the type of person that can not only tap into somebody's abilities, but also tap into their personality through learning who they are as individuals and then using the knowledge that you gain from that to better work with them, to pair them up with other people. This is why I'm saying you could be a very good leader, a very good CEO, you have natural leadership abilities. 100%. You know how to get stuff done, I feel like. And you're very impatient is also what I'm getting, because I'm talking really fast right now and I'm just getting this like, let's get it going sort of feeling. And I have to take a breath because your energy is very strong here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out some of the books for the advice from my guides for your abilities, as well as maybe seeing what other abilities want to come through. So just give me a second. We'll start with taking risks. Okay, taking risks. Let's see here. Okay. When you draw this card, it is time to step beyond your normal everyday life, take more risks, face your fears, do things in a new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than to the voices and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. I gotta tell you, I don't feel like this is advice as much as it is pointing out what you are good at. And I feel like you are somebody that is willing to fail. You are willing to continue to fail in order to get what you want. So yes, there's part of this that says what it said, but the bottom part is what is sticking out to me. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. This is why I'm getting CEO, entrepreneur. Again, willing to take risks, willing to do the work that is involved in things, willing to put in the effort, right? The time, the dedication into anything. It could be work, it could be exercise, health, it could be love, anything. So let's see what else we got. Okay, we have, I think this is the Starseed. Okay, Lost Lands. Lost Lands. Soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. The world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. Fact. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back to you. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life in some way, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you have already done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas that you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past. Others believe they exist today in a different dimension. I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who experienced them. If this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Atlantis, Lemuria, and Avalon exists within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. Very, very interesting. Sorry, I was just like taking that all in. Okay, Pillar of Light. Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens to the earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light, connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet, linking the higher realms of the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long, we've been taught that creation is outside of us, giving away our power to angels, spirit guides, and the like. But without you, they do not have a voice. You are the oracle. Do not look for guidance outside, for you hold all of the wisdom of the entire universe in the portal of your heart, in every cell of your body. Do not see the angels and guides as above you, for without you, they have no way of communicating. You work together. You are the oracle. You are the rainbow bridge. You are the pillar of light. That was a very interesting card. It reminded me as I was reading it of how I constantly tell you guys, and if you're new to this channel, then this is first time hearing it from me at least, I constantly express on this channel in many of my readings and in personal readings that I do as well, that one, you are made of stardust. You are the universe. The universe is inside of you. You create your reality. You can manifest anything that you want to manifest with your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. Okay, if you're not new to this, then you already know. You could repeat the things I say over and over probably. But there is something about you, pile 2, there's something about you that I almost feel like you go after what you want, but to a degree where there's some doubts there. I need you to understand and trust in your abilities very much. You have everything you need inside of you to do whatever you want, be with whoever you want, and have whatever you want. You already possess these abilities inside of you. And as the cards have said, especially for this pile, you've done this before. You just need to start remembering. And maybe some of you need to just take a step back for a second from work, from responsibilities, from obligations, from this feeling of overwhelm, right? To really tap into the meditation side of the woo-woo that we talk about and really ground yourself. I feel like you guys especially need to work on grounding. Go outside, put your bare feet in nature, collect some crystals, feel what is drawn to you, right? Feel what you are drawn to. Meditate, especially this pile. Meditate because you need to make sure that you are in complete balance at all times, because you can kind of go off the rails a little bit, which is not a bad trait because you like to get stuff done. You have the ability to do so. But I just feel like you take on a lot of extra energy and you just, because of that, really need to ground and balance yourself. So just a little bit of my 2 cents there. Okay, one ring circus. One ring circus. Let's see what this is all about. Number 15. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you have. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance and confidence. Self-reliance is very important to you. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries within you and another. Yes, this is, okay, listen. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Self-reflection is the card right next to it with a mirror. That's funny. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Yeah. I mean, I don't need to explain everything that just said. Word for word, that was very true and very similar to the things to the energy that I was getting from this pile here. Okay, number 17, self-reflection. Be curious about your own nature. Choose to turn inwards to quietly contemplate who and what you are and want. The more you know about yourself, the more you are able to steer yourself well. Know what you believe and why, yet be open to the development of new beliefs and ways of being. Yeah, I could see some of you being very hard-headed, is what I'm getting. Some of you can be very stubborn in your ways. I feel that when you feel that you know something, you kind of don't budge from that. You know what you know, you believe what you believe, and that's it. I can see some of you being very good at some form of activism in some way. Protesting, right? Politics can be in this pile for sure. This is a very type A, speak your truth, be loud and proud sort of energy that I'm getting. And by doing so, as that is an ability, that is a gift that you have, by doing so, you're able to wake up other people in whatever way you're meant to for your spiritual mission. Both scientists and spiritual practitioners believe there is much benefit to be had in self-reflection. The process involves us thinking about what is happening, how we react, and make sense of it. It exposes our strengths and weaknesses and gives us information to make changes if we choose to. It gives us a small respite in the busyness of life and allows our brain to make sense of the chaos we experience each day. I did say that this energy felt chaotic, and that's coming through. As self-reflection is something we all would benefit from doing, why don't we do it? Well, pile 2, why don't you do it? First, self-reflection requires us to slow down somewhat. I said, you guys need to chill out for a minute. There's some people in this pile that are just, you are constantly, I was getting that go, go, go feeling. Turn our awareness inward, something that does not come naturally to you, and especially not the highly extroverted. Starting small and maybe getting assistance with someone else as a guide can solve this. Second, some people are not sure exactly how to self-reflect, and so they don't try. To change this, examine the various ways to self-reflect during a regular 5-minute recap of the day as you commute home or before dinner. Sit quietly and think about all that has happened and your reactions to it on this every moon cycle. Record how you feel each day. There are many ways to self-reflect, and one of those will suit you. Third, some people self-reflect, but when they do, they don't like the feelings of vulnerability, anger, guilt, or even defensiveness this incurs. That's you. Why go there when it isn't pleasant? Here is where we grow our self-responsibility. Short-term pain will certainly be worth long-term gain if we do not ignore the elephant in the room. A regular practice of self-reflection allows us to intercede before problems can get too big. We can, for example, catch ourselves before something gets way out of hand. We can apologize and make amends to someone for our mistake. We can catch negative patterns and stop them in our tracks. The theme of waning gibbous moons, of which this is the first, is the process of self-reflection and building resilience. The companion stone or metal for this card is Tiger's Eye. So far, the cards are describing exactly what was coming through for you guys. Exactly how I see it. All right, last card. Standing Stones Passage, number 40. Many believe that standing stones are a place that allows one to embark on spiritual journeys from one realm to another. They can also mark the transition from one stage of life to another. Remember that although life changes, you are eternal. Celebrate all the transitions in life and you'll experience profound harmony. A voyage of the heart and soul is ahead for you. This journey may be spiritual or physical in nature. In either case, it is a kind of sacred pilgrimage. Have courage. A great ship can stay safe in the harbor, but that is not what great ships are made for. Be willing to unfurl your sails and set forth to the open seas. The seas might be rough and the wind is strong, but you are safe and protected. The circle of stones takes you exactly where you need to go. Since the earliest days of humanity, standing stones have been created as places of ceremonies and as ways to honor the divine. Archaeologists have found some that date back to 4000 BC. Neolithic people didn't have written language, yet their art in stone circles, sometimes oval or horseshoe-shaped, suggest that they held religious rituals at these ceremonial meeting places. The spirit of the standing stone says, a sacred journey is ahead. Deeper meaning is waiting to be discovered. You are safe. All right, pile 2, that is all that I have for you. But the bottom line is this. I feel everything that I mentioned in this reading is for you. But at the same time, I think one of your most important lessons right now is to go within and really focus on grounding yourself and meditating to really bring that balance in. There's quite a big journey ahead for you, it feels. And I feel as though because there's so much going on possibly in your life, there's a lot of chaos, there's possibly a lot of stress, just a lot of, everything's go, go, go. I feel like sometimes you need to take that, it's being sort of forced on you now. This is a point in your life where you need to take that step, that deliberate step back and really focus on meditation and grounding yourself, like I said. Because when you allow your body and your energetic chakras to stay in alignment, you give them a better environment for your manifestations to work from. If you are out of alignment, if you are unbalanced, if you are all over the place sometimes, I feel like some of this pile might have ADHD. Just a heads up. I have it, and I'm feeling it in this pile. If you are getting that, that feeling of imbalance and everything else, don't ignore it. You have gifts and abilities that make you a wonderful leader. A leader, in fact, to usher other people in to possibly some spiritual awareness of themselves. But you need to, like they say, when you're on an airplane, put your mask on first before you help others. This is exactly what's going on here. Same with being a parent. If you are not taking care of yourself, you can't be your best or at your best taking care of your children, right? That's what they always say. It is very, very important for this pile to start to focus less on the external and more on the internal. And that will bring about more of your manifestations. And things won't be as chaotic for you. All right, pile 2. That is all that I have for you, though. If this resonated with you, fabulous. If it did not, that's okay too. Sometimes there's a different pile for you. Sometimes in the beginning, maybe you were looking at 2 different crystals and they were both drawing you in. That's okay. There might be another message in another pile for you. You are more than welcome to check that out. But either way, thank you. And as always, be well, stay safe, and take care. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome back to your reading. If you did choose this pile, then you already know you chose the Pyrite. But as I showed earlier, it also looks like that. And it's very pretty. Okay, let's see what we have here. As I said earlier, I don't pick the cards and look at them. I just pick them intuitively. Somehow, they always come out and they relate to one another. I don't know how it happens. It's pretty magical. It's an intuitive thing. I don't know, but I don't argue with it. So this is the first time I'm seeing these cards as well. I have yet to have a reading where any pick a card comes out where the cards don't make sense with the other cards in that same pile. I hope that I'm not breaking my streak, but we will see. Spirit, pile 3, please. What are pile 3's hidden abilities and gifts? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I'm like laughing to myself. Oh man, pile 3. All right. So immediately, not even getting into your gifts yet, I feel like this pile is going through some stuff. I feel like you're going through sort of an awakening where you are in the process of trying to release old habits and karmic attachments and contracts and limiting beliefs and things like that. You are somebody that, well, in this lifetime and in this moment, you are somebody that needs to remember your power. And I feel like that's coming through very strongly here. You need to remember your power. There is a sense from this pile that, okay, you are, first of all, when I see that inner peace card right next to the devil, I mean, it's clear as day here. You are somebody that really needs that inner peace. You need to focus on that inner peace as you go through the process of releasing old attachments to people, relationships, old memories, bad karma, right? Whatever it might be. But I think you need to actively choose to do this. You also, again, like I said, you have the ability to create your entire reality. We all do. But you especially need to not get and not allow the negativities of your old limiting beliefs to drag you down into believing that you are not capable of creating exactly what you want in your life. There's an interesting energy here with this pile. Give me a second here. I'm just listening to my guides. Okay, my guides are saying that some of you feel damaged in some way. Some of you feel damaged in some way, but you can change this. Of course you can. Yes. Spirit, what are their other gifts and abilities, please? Okay, my guides are saying that you are a survivor. You are potentially somebody that has been through a lot, but you still choose to get up every day, and you still choose to honor who you are, is what they're saying. They're also saying that for a lot of you, even though you go through, yeah, okay, I get it, thank you. This is where the survivor element comes in. You've been up at battle quite a few times in your life. And I feel like you still manage to find that inner peace. You still manage to find a balance. I think that some of you, I'm getting very strong Gemini energy right now. I feel like some of you could have very, very strong, just two different sides of you. Very strong. Like, you have the shadow side, but you also have the light side, and you somehow are able to blend the two together in a beautiful way. And that's really good, because if you're going through a lot of chaotic stuff, and you have been going through a lot of chaotic stuff in your life, the reason you've been able to survive it is because of that innate ability to balance yourself out. Now, that could be through meditation, it could be through yoga, it could be through Reiki, it could be through just reading a book. Maybe that's your thing. But whatever it is, it's almost like you look it in the face and you're like, I got this. You always feel like you got this. Even if you're crying hysterical in a corner, you always know that in the end, you're going to get through it. That's a beautiful trait to have, by the way. Beautiful trait, because okay, my guys just said warrior. You're a warrior. Yes. Yep. I feel it. There is a warrior nature to you. Again, you've been up against some storms and battles that other people have not. And you always manage to find a way. Always. Again, you're a survivor. You're a warrior. You have that gift of harnessing your strength in the times that it is needed, right in the moment that it is needed, which is beautiful. You could be somebody that, hold on, I'm listening to them. Okay, they said that you could be somewhat of a healer in the way of showing people how to get through their struggles, showing people how to, like a counselor in some way. You might find some connection to pile 1 as well, by the way. But I feel like you could be something of like a public speaker as well. You are someone that is able to use your struggles and the things that you have gone through to help people get through their own, to help people understand the lessons in their struggles, because you have an innate ability to understand yours. That's a really cool gift to have. Yeah, you know what? I feel like for some reason, I feel like somebody in this pile, and I don't think it's many of you, but somebody in this pile would be the type of person that was, really addicted to drugs for quite a few years of their life, and then all of a sudden got clean, right? And then used their struggles to then become a mentor for maybe young adults that are struggling with addictions. I just, for some reason, that's coming through. But I also feel that you don't recognize your power as much as you should, and you have a lot of power. You have a lot of power. Hold on, they're still talking. They're talking a lot. Okay, they want me to do the cards. So I'm going to pull out the advice and guidance from the cards to see what else wants to come through, and we'll see where we're going with this. But so far, yeah, I like your energy. Yeah. Inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning. Serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. To find this inner peace, simplify your life, spend time in nature, and listen to the message of your soul. True peace transcends fear and connects you intimately to the Creator. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. Yep, I like that. And it is very true for this pile from what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. Then we have the 7 Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life and Expression. There are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. Who wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of the earth. I need to stop myself really quick. Because someone has been through a lot of struggles, I just heard, as I was reading this, my guides just said like a struggling artist, right? The struggling writer, the one that's sipping on a whiskey at night because they've had they're in deep thought. They've been through the ringer. There are certain personalities that are connecting to this pile right now, listening to this, that will connect to what I just said. Again, the warrior, the spiritual warrior, in fact, and their survivor. There's a feeling there with like that artist that is, you know, the depressed artist, the struggling artist is just what they keep saying. I'm not saying you're depressed, but you get what I'm saying. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. I said this. I said that you are forgetting or doubting your abilities, the abilities that you have. It's very strong as well. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book. Or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity. To surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you. To find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present. And the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. Very interesting. Okay. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns. Like before. I feel like there's attachments, and I feel like you're going through like this karmic cleansing in a way. Let's see. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiration date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from the trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiration date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding the power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small, caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice, would have served you by keeping you safe. In order for you to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Wow. Yeah, that was coming through big time before. Okay, 48. All right. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust in your power and in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. Again, with trusting in your abilities. 41, sovereignty. You have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Now act like it. Goddesses of the moon are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe. From Diana of ancient Rome and the Greek Artemis to the Semitic Astarte, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and someone from Polynesia, I'm not going to mess that up. The link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses in all of their myriad of forms were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. I just need to keep in mind that there are men that watch this. So take what resonates, because there's no gender in this. That you can also look at it as gods as well, if that's what resonates with you. We should strive to be the powerful queens or kings of our own domain. Women especially have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude. While in many first world countries, women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women will experience inequality in most countries in areas such as wage disparity and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government or in high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom or kingdom is coming. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and as such, the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must set firm boundaries to protect our queendom or kingdom and those who are under our protection. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all, as well as ourselves. It does mean, however, that we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. Very, very true here, especially with the devil there and the stuff that you have gone through. You continue to push through the struggles, the fears, the doubts, the chaos that may come up from time to time. You continue to push through the obstacles, as well as now the advice coming through from my guides that you need to continue to push through and keep your boundaries. It is very important for you to have boundaries because of all that you've maybe gone through. Last but not least, meandering pathway flow, number 24. When life presents you a meandering path rather than a straight shot to a goal, you can feel frustrated. You might bemoan the fact that the path seems aimless and roundabout and that you can't see what's ahead. On the other hand, you can just enjoy the voyage. If life right now seems to have some unbreakable curves, bends, loops, and turns, don't despair. All is actually as it should be. This card is suggesting that you relinquish control to the path forward and just see where it takes you. You don't have to have all the answers to succeed. You don't need to know what tomorrow holds to have an astounding future. Simply sit back and enjoy the ride. You'll get to exactly where you need to be for your highest good. The spirit of the meandering pathway says, everything falls into place when you don't resist the flow of the meandering pathway of life. Allow the path to take you where you need to go. Don't hurry it and don't resist it. Simply let go, surrender, and enjoy the journey. All right, pile 3. That is your reading. If this did not resonate with you, you are always more than welcome to pick another pile. Sometimes you just know instantly if something is resonating. Sometimes you just know that it isn't. But regardless, you may have had 2 piles that came through when you first looked at the crystals or the cards or the numbers. Go with the other pile as well. There might be another message in there for you also. But at any rate, I thank you. And as always, please be well, stay safe, and take care. Bye.